Hello guys, and welcome back for a new video. Today we're going to take a look at Captain America from MEGO Corporation. This came out in 1979. A really cool action figure. This is the 12.5-inch tall version. Something I've been very interested in for a very long time. So we're going to take a look at it in detail. Okay, so here is Captain America out of the package. The package right off the bat is a reproduction. So this one is, let's see, here we go. It's a custom box from the Toys Room 2016. So it's a beautiful box, but definitely not an original. And the figure is definitely used, so it's not something I didn't know going into it. So he's in really good shape. Doesn't have a whole lot wrong with him, but there are some things to address. So the paint on the figure is pretty good shape. Does have a couple of minor chips on his face. He's got one on his chin there, and a little one on his nose. The white is a little bit worn away. None of these things actually bother me much. I may or may not touch those up during the restoration of this guy. Obviously, you can see his star is in a bit of rough state. I think I can save it. I have some fabric tape, double-sided, that I could attach that to and put that back onto the figure. Uniform is in pretty good shape. It does need some attention. It has a stain on the legs. It's a little bit yellowed on the stripe section, so it probably could use a little bit of attention there. Also needs a bit of sewing. And I'm showing you Captain America's ass, but that is the case. He's split his pants. His shield is also pretty good shape too. It's got a little wear, but I like that. But the one of the pieces is broken off, so that would hold on to his wrist to kind of line it up. May address that as well. Another thing you'll notice on his knee, it's jutting out. So I'm going to take his uniform off for the first time. I believe I know what's wrong with this knee, and I have replacement parts to fix it. And here you can see what's going on with the knee. It has been repaired in the past. Used a screw and a nut. So that's going to be one of the first things I'm going to go ahead and address. Okay, so the repair that was done on this looks like it was done probably a while back, judging from the look of the screw. It's a really good fix. Let's be honest, that's not going to break again. But I do want to make them look original, and this part does jut out quite a bit right here. And I think that would wear out the costume over time and wear a hole into it. So let's get them back to original. I'll be taking that out. I did pick up spare 12-inch MEGO knee pins off of eBay. I believe it was from the Classic Toys company. I'll leave a link in the description below in case you need these. But let's see if we can get this out. Okay, so the screw was actually seized on there. I actually had to put this part of the a bolt into the vice grip in order to get it loose, because using a pair of needle nose to hold it was not working, but I was able to get it out. So see if we can get the new pin installed. Okay, so I pulled out the old rivet because that was screwed through, so I don't know if it will work properly. So we'll go ahead and put in the brand new one from Classic TV Toys. Always hesitant to force plastic. I don't want to crack anything. Okay, so I got that pin in. This should be pretty straightforward. Okay, and we're back a day later from that last clip, because that was not straightforward. Well, the process of putting the pin into the plug is a simple idea. It is not easy to execute. So I did manage to find a way to get it to work. It took quite a while. And I was working on it last night and I ran out of time. And I'm back from work and I came up with a solution that actually worked. So I'll show you what that is. I also reached out to the Facebook forums for some advice, but I did end up coming up with something a little different. So all I did is I took a wooden dowel. I put one end in the vise. You can see where it was crimped. I'm going to show you a picture in a moment. So that was in the vise. I lined it up to that pin and took the other one on top and then gently tapped it on a hammer until it popped in, and that worked. And that was after trying every different kind of pliers and all kinds of ideas, and I was trying to protect the plastic from getting marred the whole time, so that just made the process that much more difficult. But in the end, 2 dowels, one in the vise and one on top. You just tap it in. Again, I'll show you a picture to take a look at what I'm talking about. Okay, so the figure is a bit dirty. I'm just gonna do a little bit of an alcohol wipe on him and get some of the grime off him. The body of the figure is pretty clean, at least to the eye, but I'm just gonna give it a once over and see if I can't get some of this dirt and grime that's built up onto the head sculpt. Just gonna use a little rubbing alcohol on a Q-tip and see what we can get up. And you can see already it's taken a lot of that dirt off. So I'm going to do that, clean it up, and we'll see how it looks. Okay, cap's all wiped down and cleaned up, and I'm going to turn my attention to the uniform now. So again, we got the stain right there, and we also need to do some stitching. It looks like it was done with white stitching. So I'll try my hand at fixing that. And I'm going to remove the star, and I think I'm going to be able to salvage it as well. I'm going to use double-sided fabric tape to put it on there. cut it out and put it back on, but definitely would not survive the washing process. So I'm going to take that and put that aside, and we'll get to cleaning the uniform. Okay, so I just got a jar with warm water and a little bit of Tide. So I took the star off the uniform. It's gonna go ahead and drop that in. And just use a stick to agitate it a little bit. I'll close it up, shake it around, let it sit for a while, and loosen up those stains. Okay, so the uniform is now washed and dried. I think it came out pretty well. Perfect, no, but most of those little stains that were in there are gone. Still got a bit of yellowing on these last couple of stripes. I guess Cap might have got sweaty and stained his armpits at one point. But overall, though, the uniform is clean and dried. Now I'm going to go ahead and address the tear. Okay, so I've just made the uniform inside out. This is the tear, so I'm just going to line that up. Got my needle threaded, so I'll just go ahead and sew that together. I'm a big time amateur when it comes to sewing. Definitely not a strong suit for me, but I think I might be able to pull this one off. Alright, so I put the uniform back on. As you can see, the seam is sealed back up. Uniform came pretty clean too. I noticed that the sticker residue is no longer on where the original star was. The stain on his pant is gone as well. So did come out pretty nice. So he's pretty well looking on his way. Again, knee pin is fixed. So next I'm going to take a look at the star itself. It's easy enough to buy a replacement star, but figured I'd just give it a shot for replacing or actually saving this. So what I have is double-sided fabric tape. So I'm going to attach it to that, cut it out, and reapply it to the figure. Okay, so I've applied the star, and you can see that, to the double-sided fabric tape. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that out. Okay, so let's see how this comes out. All right, I would think that looks pretty good, and that's fabric tape. That stuff is really, really good. Great if you ever wanted to do patches. All right, so just mixing up some paints to see if I can get a skin tone match to this MEGO. Got brown, red, white, yellow, and pink. And I think I'm getting closer to where I need to be. Not quite there. I think I've gotten a pretty near perfect match to the skin tone. So that solves that. And I guess I'll touch up a bit of the white on the chips on the A while I'm at it. Okay, so Captain America is pretty much done. I just broke this glue stuff that was on the shield. I don't know what that was. I have not addressed this because I don't have the right plastic yet, but I believe I have a pretty simple fix to repair it. This will require a red piece of plastic stick, drilling a small hole, inserting a pin, and gluing that into place. And that'll be good as new, but I'll save that one for another day. As it is, Captain America, I think, is looking pretty good. Take a look at the face. I think the paint job is more than reasonable. The star is looking pretty good. It's the original star, so that's always a good thing. Uniform is pretty crisp. The boots do have splits in the front, but not going to worry about that. They hold on just fine. But Captain America is pretty much complete. I think he's looking a bit better than he was when I received him. So I'm pretty pleased with that. A lot of people have commented on the photos that I put on Instagram when I originally got him, how balloonish his head is, or how big his head looks compared to his body. And this is a thought I had, and I don't think I'm going to do it now. Maybe at some point I will. This is my entire vintage MEGO collection. So it's very small, as you could see. But tell me that the 1978 Spider-Man wouldn't be a great body swap for Captain America. It's a lot bulkier. As you can see, this is the 77 Spider-Man, which is the exact same body that Cap is on now. But the 78 is a lot bigger and bulkier, a lot more muscular, and he has red hands. So Cap's suit would look so much better, I think, on this body. But I don't want to do that just yet. Again, maybe at one point I'll do that, but these are pretty, I mean, they're not totally rare, but they're rare enough, at least for me. I don't collect many of them. And the ones I do have, I would like to keep original. And I think I'll do that with Cap, but just a thought in case you guys wanted to do something like that, that would make the ultimate Captain America. But here it is. I hope you enjoyed a look at the restoration of the 1979 MEGO 12.5 inch Captain America. Really cool, charming figure. I really do like the head sculpt, as big as it is, but when you put it on against guys like Spider-Man and such, he doesn't look so out of place as he would with standard 1/6 scale figures. Really cool figures. I do really like them. Super fun to collect and to restore. So as always, guys, thanks for watching, and until next time.